my name is Kat, and today I will be recommending some of my favorite funny books. So I've put together a list of 10 books and series that I personally loved and thought were hilarious. So if you're in the mood for a book that's gonna make you laugh, then I suggest the following. Here they are, in no particular order. Go! First up, I have here the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. I actually think that all of Rick Riordan's books that I've read so far are hilarious, but this series is the funniest in my opinion. Mostly because we get the first person point of view and Percy is just such a great narrator. He's so snarky and fun, and like sass levels are consistently high throughout this entire series. And these books are just so fun in both a laugh out loud jokey kind of way and also a general amusement at Rick Riordan's take on Greek mythology. It's good stuff, the PJO series. It's real good stuff. If you for some reason have not yet given it a try, at least pick up the first book and read this, read it. Next up I have here the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, the whole series, and the Infernal Devices, but I'm only holding up these 3 books because I'm kind of lazy, let's be real. I only need, you know the series. You're familiar with Cassandra Clare, I assume. Now this series might not seem like an overtly funny series. You know, it's urban fantasy and there's this big war going on and there's plenty of romantic angst, but I always find myself laughing out loud when reading Cassandra Clare books. This is another series where the sass levels are just consistently high throughout, and it's oh so enjoyable. And as much as I do enjoy the plot and the world, I gotta say that my favorite aspect is the characters. There are so many hilarious lines of dialogue, and this is one of those series that is just excellent at balancing the darkness with the humor. Next up I have here Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. This was one of my favorite books of last year because it was just so fun and hilarious. The whole situation of this girly girl becoming a super strong warrior and having to protect her high school nemesis was just gold. And the main character, Harper, is so self-aware and snarky that it makes for such a great read. The Hex Hall Trilogy by Rachel Hawkins was also super fun and hilarious. And I'm about to start Miss Mayhem, the sequel to Rebel Belle, and I'm really excited. I have really high expectations, but I think it'll live up to them. Next up, I have here Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. So lately, I have been exploring the graphic novel medium, and this one is my favorite that I've read so far. Not only is there a very cool story and awesome artwork, but I absolutely adored the humor in this book. There's this awesome interaction between the narrator and the main character, and I hadn't really seen anything like that before, and I loved that dynamic so much. I recommend this book as both a funny book and also a great introduction to the graphic novel medium. If you're new to graphic novels and you don't know where to start, try this one. Start here. Next up I have here Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. It's not quite a graphic novel, it's more of a graphic memoir, I suppose I would call it, and it made me cry laugh. Like, I'm not talking about slight chuckles or forcefully exhaling in amusement. I am talking full-on body shaking, breath not having, tearing up due to laughter. It is a rather unusual book. Like, even though I read it and loved it, I'm not quite sure how I would describe it or classify it, but I do really suggest giving it a try because it is super funny. Next up, I have Yes Please by Amy Poehler. This is not a novel, it is nonfiction. It's Amy's memoir, and I thought it was so inspiring and relatable and, of course, hilarious. There's a lot in here about Amy getting into comedy and improv and founding the UCB Theater, which is particularly relevant to me as I am currently taking improv classes at the UCB Theater. Also, there is quite a bit in here about how hard it is to write a book, and I connect with that on a spiritual level. Amy Poehler is my spirit animal. No, but really, she's one of my role models, and I just think she's so inspiring and funny, and I loved learning more about her. Now, I actually only read about half of this, and for the other half, I listened to the audiobook, which is brilliant. Amy actually narrates most of it herself, and what she doesn't narrate, she brings in like special guests, and it's awesome. So I'd like to take this moment to briefly thank Audible for helping to sponsor this video today. If you're interested in checking out this audiobook thing, then you can go to audible.com/Katytastic and sign up for a 30-day free trial, which includes a free audiobook. I recommend Yes Please by Amy Poehler because, again, the audiobook is brilliant. But if you want something different, there's like 180,000 titles, so you do have some options. But yeah, if you're interested, then check out audible.com/Katytastic for all the deets. Next up is a new favorite of mine, and that is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. This book was so funny. Oh my god. It wasn't something I was expecting from a book about a girl with cancer, but like, oh my god, this book was so funny. It's written in a very unique way, from the format, which has like lists and screenplay excerpts, to just the way the narrator addresses the reader. It's something I hadn't really seen before, but I loved it. And again, I cannot stress this enough, this book was so funny. It was so funny. It was so funny. Then I have here Stephanie Perkins books. These books are all so sweet and fun and just smile-inducing. They might not be as laugh-out-loud funny as some of the other books on this list, but I definitely did still laugh while reading these. Particularly with Isla and the Happily Ever After, the most recent one, because I just really connected with Isla. I thought she was a fantastic main character, really funny, and really just all of these books are funny and charming and wonderful, and I love them. Then I have here Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. This whole book is just like a hilarious satire. It's very self-aware, and it's another one that is written in an untraditional way. There's like commercial breaks, and it's weird and funny, and I loved it. Going Bovine by Libba Bray is also weird and hilarious, and just Libba Bray's standalones are pretty great. They're really worth checking out. And finally, I have here the Ruby Red Trilogy by Kirsten Gier. This is another one of those series where you do have a really cool paranormal plotline going on, but it is the main character's personality and sense of humor and voice that really just makes it that much more fun and entertaining. I love it when a main character is relatable and can crack a joke and doesn't wallow in angst even when things are bad, and that is the main character of this book. That is Gwen. She's a really refreshing and funny character, and that just makes this whole trilogy extra awesome. Alright, there you have it! Those are some of my favorite funny books. Feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know what your favorite funny books are. I am always looking for more funny books, so if you have recommendations for me, I would love to hear them. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video today, so thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! My battery's dying, so I have to do the quickest outro ever. Bye! Bye! Bye, 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 bye. Consistent sass from the Percy. Persassy Thaddeus Jackson. Next up, I have here the Infernal, nope, try again. Their dialogue is and it's so, I kind of match the book, kind of with the matching and the book. I'm doing it. Baby, you can have whatever you like, but turn on ice later, Gator. That was so weird. Delete that.